Sean, welcome. We saw your presentation at the Alive Hybrid Conference about JEDI, DEI, IDEA, all the acronyms that we use for equity, access, justice, inclusion, belongingness, all of the acronyms. Welcome, Sean.
Perfect. Thank you, Dana. I'm so happy to be here.
I want to talk about this idea of unlearning, some of your Tuesday tips around unlearning, because I'm super interested in that topic. What's your approach to unlearning some of these deep enculturations and habits, and having these breakthroughs personally or in conversations in the wider world?
I think one of the most important things is to be kind to yourself. You have to be kind to yourself. No one's ever going to get it right. I'm a gay guy and I screw up LGBTQ plus things all the time. Just because you are something doesn't mean you're going to do it right. As a white person, you screw up white things. As a person of color, you can screw up things of people of color, right? As a gay person, you can screw up gay things. That's just life. No one is perfect. And you have to cut yourself some slack as long as you're trying. Even if you make the same mistake a few times, it's going to happen. Nobody is perfect. Unlearning is, I would say it's harder than learning, right? Because we have really this ingrained information. It's like a process or a product of conditioning at the end of the day, right? The process is conditioning. And then what we have is this ingrained knowledge, and some of it's emotional and some of it's not, but it's deep seated. And the only way to really get it up is to go through an even harder process of unlearning it and then replacing it, right? And now building that, I want to say building muscle there, muscle memory, and then really using it so that when you have a knee-jerk reaction, you don't say, oh, the F word, it doesn't come out like naturally, right? Or you don't use expressions that could be offensive because you've been saying them since you're 5 years old and now you are 50. It's going to take work, and it doesn't mean, you're going to be perfect. And I think that we need to just remember that any progress is just that, it is progress. And that's something that's worth applauding, right? Even if it's a little one, it's okay. That's just a part of the journey. Nobody says you have to go from here to there overnight. You're into someone else's mile. Someone else's mile is your foot. We're all on a different journey, and we shouldn't be comparing each other. Like, Henrietta, she's so great. She got all the kids' lingo. Okay, it was easier for Henrietta. No big deal, as long as you're trying, right? And then you're owning it when you make a mistake. That's the other piece. Be kind to yourself. Don't compare yourself, and own it. We're going to make mistakes. Own it gracefully. If you say something, apologize. I don't think anyone's going to be upset with you apologizing, right? That's just so important for yourself, and for the people around you, right? Because it's going to mean a lot to those people that you are considering them and really making an effort. You being able to call yourself out and be like, oh God, I'm so sorry I just said that. That means a lot to somebody. I know it has to me when somebody is like, I think that may have upset you. And it's like, it actually didn't so much because I'm so used to it. But I really appreciate you going out of your way and trying really hard to consider my needs and how I would feel, right? Intent versus impact. Really being able to do that work, I appreciate that greatly. So those are just, I think, a few of the things to consider when we're talking about unlearning. Again, it's not easy. This is like psycholinguistics, sociolinguistics. It's a really deep-seated stuff. This is not you take an anecdote and now, oh, I'm better. I'm cured. I know all the woke language. I got it down. Like, it takes time. And again, I think, Dan, and I'm sure you've thought of this, and you've probably been in a situation very similar. Just because you possess a marginalized identity does not mean that you are, 100% with it, with all things with respect to DEI. I'm no DEI wizard just because I'm gay. I also had to do the work. You don't just get a pass. Like, oh, you're gay? Here you go. You are now the wizard of, LGBTQ plus things. No, we had to do the work too.
We're just going to punch your card. We're going to punch your card, and the 11th emotional labor is free that get to perform for somebody explaining something. And that's so true. And I appreciate those as Tuesday tips. And these are always just seeds to get people thinking, and then to tune into these longer conversations that we have, and as an invitation to dig into the work of unlearning that we're all in this process. So I really appreciate that.